It's getting ready to live stream.
Are we expecting Brian?
I haven't heard from him, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
Carol said she hadn't heard from him either. He was supposed to do a delivery at from the market today.
Oh,
Mute. Okay. I am ready whenever you are ready, Eric.
okay, great.
And if Brian tries to get on, I'll let him in.
Okay, did
What about Nora?
Nora's
Oh,
out,
a no-go for tonight.
Okay.
and Daniel still doesn't have a cam, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, I need to get a camera.
So let's see. Did all of you get the? I forgot what I needed to do.
I got
Oh, yeah.
the email with the things that Cindy
The
Cindy
meeting
sent
minutes?
on
Okay.
the project, and I got the meetings that Michelle sent. So I think that's all of the documents.
Okay. And Daniel, did you get the meeting minutes?
Yes, I got both of those.
Okay. You know, they came, when did they, I just now saw this. So if anybody wants to motion that we accept the previous meeting minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the previous, approve the previous minutes.
That's it.
All in favor?
second.
Need a
We have a
second.
second.
I'll second that.
Okay,
Thank you,
great. Any
Daniel.
conversation about it? No?
No?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, that's all three of us. Okay, so do we have an agenda for tonight? Or
It
is
was just the minutes and the comp plan was all.
Okay, all right. Cindy, do you want to guide us?
Well, I'm not sure there's a whole lot to cover. Let me get my notes up here. Hold on.
So there was some stuff sent to Michelle, and then we're waiting to get on Michelle's schedule.
Huh?
We're waiting for Michelle to get time to.
Oh,
No.
yes.
Okay. I was trying to
So-
make that a positive thing for you, Michelle.
Am I missing something?
No, that's just super polite. That's super polite business talk. We're trying to get on Michelle's schedule. That's great talk for, you know, you're
Okay.
important and busy, and we're hoping to have some of your time soon.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Well, I think most of these, so the page 22, the percentage of renter occupied dwellings, that's a city question to answer. Do we know?
Not an exact number because a lot of people, you know, keep it in their own name.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I guess I could go back and possibly, let's see. Well, ownership rates. Well, okay, so I mean, technically that graph or that chart is under ownership rates, so we could just remove renter occupied.
It's a high number, isn't it? We're,
yeah.
yeah.
The renter occupied, yes, it is a high number.
No, the owner. I thought
Oh, owner is, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think we can extrapolate, you know, 24.3%.
No.
Okay, great.
Something less than that number, I'm sure.
Yep.
But not much less, I would think.
Probably not much less.
Okay. Well, if we don't know really how to find that number, I would propose removing it.
I agree with that. It sounds fiddly. I mean, if we know the owner percentage, then that seems indicative enough.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Michelle, you're okay with that?
I am.
Does that deal with apartments as well?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
I mean, I don't see a whole lot of for rent signs out. If it's got a unit, it's probably got people in it.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
owning a little
Right.
unit that's potentially been for rent in the past, I can tell you, we get asked a lot.
I bet.
There's not a lot available.
Okay. Okay, so that one is taken care of. Then on page 23, I just need help with the math on 23 of how to calculate or I guess again we could remove this. So given the wage changes
Oh.
above, we need to recalculate
Percentage of income for rent.
basically right, which is the threshold of housing affordability. And again, if this isn't all overly important, we can remove it.
I don't know
Well-
how you would establish that any more than you would renters.
Mhm.
Unless
But
you
yeah, if we don't have the
canvass,
percentage of renters, I don't know how to, I don't know.
Right.
unless you canvass, how would you determine what the rental rates are?
Oh, I think it was based on oh, so I'm sorry, we don't have that. I thought we had a number there.
Well, we have wages and we have how much a person has to work in order to afford rent or mortgage. But I think it is basically then that's a calculation of renter and owner percentages, how many of those can actually afford to live where they are.
Oh,
Is what-
so this is not the calculation we did with how much you'd need to make in order
No.
to.
That's above.
And
So
I kind of think this is something that when the census numbers come out in a few years,
Yeah.
we will be able to establish that statement if we want it.
Okay. So again, we'll remove it for now.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
seem germane to anything.
No, it doesn't. I mean, a lot of this stuff is holdover from the old plan that we were trying to update. Okay. All right. Oh, so this is just confirmation that I've removed. It's at the bottom of page 26. I've removed all of the notes regarding the water plan since it's not done yet. So if the stuff that's in there is not either applicable or accurate, I guess I need help updating it.
No, it makes perfect sense, Cindy, what you do have.
Okay. All right, we're motoring. Bottom of 26. And then, all right, and then Michelle, you're going to confirm the 1,000 gallons per minute for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And then a decision about whether to leave cemetery information in. We haven't, sorry, I'm laughing at Eric. We haven't
Left.
Listen
gotten
here.
any information. What?
Listen here.
We
No,
we haven't
have
gotten
not.
any. So should we
No.
move it? So we should move it?
Should we just mention that it's there and not try to get too specific on it?
We could do that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me get to that spot. High River. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can, I'm assuming there's probably still a part-time caretaker. Yeah, I can tighten this up to basically mention how big it is. And take out how many people it interns annually.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll just ratchet that back to its bare bones. Okay. And last but not least, is just my note that I guess based on this discussion and whether or not there are any other changes, I'll get that sidebar gone and reflow the pages so we don't have any orphan stuff on pages.
Sounds like we're getting incredibly close to submittal.
Yes. I think that for me, getting Nora and Daniel comfortable with what we've got is key. because I think we're really close. I like the idea of all five of, all the five people that are finally here when we're done.
Well, I suppose, Eric, you could request formally that I would, any more feedback from this group needs to be to me by some date. And if we don't hear from people, we're assuming they're accepting.
I'm willing to accept it right now, to tell you the truth.
It's so much better than when we started. I'm really happy with it.
I've read through it pretty thoroughly, and it looks really good to me. Aside from the comments you guys have made, I don't know that there's much I could add to it at this point.
Okay, that's good to know.
Well, since you guys have a quorum, do you want to?
I'd like to hear what Nora has to say. I mean, I don't
think she's going to be very much versed in any of it. Just she's only been at one meeting where we've discussed it. So I think I know for myself, this is a lot to take in. It's a lot of information. I don't think that she's going to really grasp it. She'll grasp some aspects of it, but it would be hard to grasp this whole document. So I really feel comfortable if you guys are good with it, to go ahead and have Cindy make the changes and forward it to City Council to set public hearing and approval.
I'll make a motion to that effect.
That was a motion? Okay.
That was a motion to that effect, yes.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, great. Any other conversation? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. On this day, December 17th in the year that will not be named, we're going to send that forward.
So, Cindy, our next council meeting will be on Monday. And then I know that the agenda's kind of already set, but the first meeting in January might be a really good one. Because there's a lot of information that's coming at them actually on Monday. So Eric, would you feel comfortable if I think we're supposed to be able to get out of the meeting stuff and actually be able to meet in person, I think on the 4th, which would be our city council meeting. Would you be comfortable coming to that meeting and taking questions, and maybe Cindy too?
Regardless,
any of you guys can come. All of you would be invited, but Eric as the chairman.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need to give notice if we are going to have a quorum there? We could just give notice.
Yeah, we could give notice that. I could give notice that there will be a quorum of the planning commission.
There may be a quorum.
Maybe that there could be.
Yeah. To discuss the comprehensive plan and any questions that the council may have.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I can get this turned around, probably tomorrow morning. So you could get it out to council, and that gives them ample time through the holidays to the January meeting to read it.
Yes.
Okay.
And the year that won't be named will be over.
This document, this is what changes it all.
Hey, I got to tell you, I've had some friends from the business that were on planning commissions for cities a little bit bigger than this, but the first time they tackled the document that we presented, I thought they were going to have a referee and pulling of hair and gnashing of teeth. I mean, it was a difficult process. And I know I came in halfway through it or 3/4 of the way through it, but we should probably be real happy with how we did.
I'm real happy with how we did, and I'm really happy with how Cindy did.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I am too.
She
There was a lot of hair pulling out. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, it was my pleasure to work on it.
Oh,
It wasn't,
So,
it wasn't pleasant to work on, but it was my pleasure to work on it.
so our next big tackle is the update to the shorelines. And I've got John Hinton, our engineer. Actually, I've got dates pinned down for him in January. So the updates, I mean, he'll be meeting with us and stuff, but he will be working on all those documents.
Great.
I actually have a shoreline permit that I had to do. I was like, oh, I've never had to do one before.
How many feet of
So I had to
shoreline do we
contact
have?
ecology.
How many feet of
many
shoreline do
feet?
we have?
All along the Cowlitz River.
Well, I realize that, but
So from down to the end
Oh,
of
okay.
First up to,
Yeah, all that's in the city limits, that's along the Cowlitz River. So like, I mean, I don't know overall
we're
how many square feet.
now we're talking
1,500
what
feet?
about 3/10 of a mile?
3,000 feet, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's probably more like a mile.
really?
Well, if you go all the way down to the end of First,
And
all the way up through North
right,
Yeah.
North
right.
Second, that's a
Well, does
long
that
way.
does that shoreline thing take in the shoreline along the homes that are really high bank?
Yes, it
Mhm.
does.
Okay, so you may
Yeah.
have 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah. I think it's pretty close to almost a mile.
Okay.
There's a lot
And-
going on there too.
Yeah. And it's really weird because they don't take into consideration the high bank. It's really weird. And I was like, well, you're not gonna get something coming up that high. So it common sense and ecology and other state agencies.
I floated by those little areas when my pontoon boat and gone, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah. So, and then like Eric has kind of voiced his opinion too about some of the regulations that we want to change on lowering the square footage of lots.
Right.
That will be our next big tackle, which is the land use. And so we'll start tackling that probably in February, March, I'm thinking. And I will make sure though that all of the new members get a copy of what we actually have on record so that you have it. And if you want to start, really kind of perusing it and looking at it and go, this doesn't make sense, or I'd like to see this, or we should be able to have 30 chickens, whatever it is.
I'd like to be able to read the shoreline ahead of time, actually, so it's not.
We have a copy, I believe.
Yeah.
Eric.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then which one covers the chickens?
Those are just-
Land use.
Land use. Is the shoreline available online?
You should have gotten it.
No.
No.
I should have gotten it. I mean, with that binder of all the other stuff, I should
Oh,
have
no,
gotten.
No, it was extra. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Is it in that?
Well,
I don't
For
know that
us- for
Steven
us-
got anything.
I have
Did
a
you guys
binder.
Yeah.
Do you have a binder?
I have
should
a
be.
binder that I made up. It has very little in it.
Oh.
Oh, you don't
You
have
should
it
get a
then,
binder.
Steven.
No, I do not.
Yeah. See, what happened is that nobody seems to give their big binders back, and it's a lot of copying. And I know that we're still struggling on getting stuff back. Even one of our council members that has like our code book, which they're like very expensive. We just really struggle on people. I don't know why people want this stuff.
Well,
So you want me to
if you've
reach
got
out
the
to
shore,
Rick?
if you've got the shoreline agreement, you could just email it over to me as a PDF if you'd like, and I can print it out here.
No, it's a printout.
It's a print. I'll contact John Hinton and see if he can send it through email. I
Okay.
don't know if will go with all the maps and stuff. I want to say that we tried that before and it didn't work.
Okay.
So I will contact him about that and see.
Alrighty.
And if it works, I'll make sure that Steve and Daniel and Nora all get it through an email.
Great.
That would be awesome.
To circle back to the comp plan, so Michelle, the only thing that I need to finalize this is that gallons per minute. So I'll wait on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
I actually have to go in the office tomorrow, and so I will ask the Public Works guys to check on that for me tomorrow.
Thank you.
Very
Okay,
good.
so is that all we have? And we have no public D2D? D2D, sorry.
No, so a little bit about what's going on in the city. So really working on water rights. That's been such a huge issue, and it's been really difficult with the COVID and trying to get meetings going with state agencies and stuff. I think I talked to you guys before about what we were trying to look at. It was transferring the high school has irrigation rights into municipal water right. And so we did some testing at the well that they had there, and the water would not, there's a term for it, I will just say regenerate as quick as it was pumping. And so there wasn't enough there to do anything with that would help us on our what's called instantaneous right. So that was unfortunately a no-go. And so I had a meetings today with our water rights attorney and hydrologist and others, and we are going forth on looking at something that they found out was we've always been told that we're in what's called the Lacamas water basin. And recently it was discovered that there's this other water basin that's called the Foster Creek Cowlitz River water basin, which is a very small water basin. And even though Foster Creek's not near us, but that's what this water basin is called. And our wells are actually in that water basin, which is next to Bill Creek. And that water basin may not be closed because the information they found, one day it was closed and the next day they opened it up. So there's a lot of confusion on a lot of things that these professionals have found out. So along with that, and the city was allocated what's called 0.47 cubic feet per second of water from the Cowlitz River. And ecology's never been able to tell us what that means in terms, do we have to get it directly out of the Cowlitz River, or could we get it from our wells we have now? And it could, because they're saying it influences the Cowlitz River, and that's why we can't pull more from them. So could we, just get it from our wells we have currently, which would make sense. And like I said, a lot of things that make sense to me don't make sense to state agencies. So we're setting up some meetings with ecology and trying to discuss this a little bit further, because if this Foster Creek watershed is open and we have a water right application that's been on file now since 1995, they should look at processing that water right application. It's, way past long enough. And so this is just it's been a long process. Water rights I've been working on since I started at the city 27 years ago. And it's ridiculous. It just, doesn't make sense at all. But, I felt really positive after the meeting today. And I think that we are making progress, especially with hiring this water rights attorney and this special hydrologist. And so that's the route we're going, and hopefully be getting some meetings set up soon and find out which direction we can go. And that before that happens, that needs to happen so that we could finish our water comprehensive plan. So that's why our water comp plan's not done, because it's hinged on figuring this whole water right stuff out for the city and which direction we need to go with it. So I know way more about water and sewer than I ever thought I would know or want to know.
Well, 0.47 cubic feet isn't very much, 240 gallons a minute. So,
well, right now we're only at 90 gallons per minute. So that's huge for us.
Really? Okay. It'd only take about 16 minutes to fill a water truck.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've proven that our wells are capable of that. We just don't have and it's the instantaneous right. So we don't have the right. So like acre feet, we have like 244 acre feet per year. I don't know what that calculation is, but it's the instantaneous water. So like in the hot days of summer, when people are filling their swimming pools and
how many acre feet?
244. acre feet. You know, everybody's using water and we're pulling more than 90 gallons per minute. And that's, we're supposed to, you know, basically time out, stop, you know, we're at that 90 gallon per minute.
Well, I understand. I understand why they're sensitive to that, because you can really wreck an aquifer by drawing down too fast.
Yeah, and we've proven though, we've had testing done on our wells where it is not affecting the aquifer. Whereas when we did that test on the school's well, it did. And so that's why we said that well is a no-go.
How deep was that well? I'm just wondering if it's the depth of the well, because they are on a hill.
Yeah, Stephen, I have that information and I can send that report to you. I don't have it in my head. So.
Well, your acreage is like 90 million gallons of water per year. That's a lot of water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the quantity, that the total quantity is not a problem. It's just they won't let us suck on it hard enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Out of that straw. Yep. You're right.
And that's going to have to be fixed before we can think about developing up Plumondon, isn't it?
That's the whole plan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, right now, I think we could put in
A tank.
42 additional homes, residences, but I know that there is some development that they want to do for industrial or, you know, up there too. So just, you know, to take a look at that.
Cool.
We shall see.
I'm sure we'll learn more about it in January.
More than we probably want to know.
So the other thing, which your next meeting too, I think most of you guys have heard about Bonanza Barbecue is going to leave their building they're in currently, and they want to move down and just do catering out of their home and a side building there. So they've got an application into me that I will be following through with. So that will be on your next meeting in January. All the neighbors have to be notified within 300 feet. So there's a process and like a 15-day notification and stuff like that. So they didn't get their information in quick enough for me to present it for you guys tonight. So that will be your first meeting in January too, is the information on that. So that will all go out to you guys ahead of time though.
Okay, great.
Okay. When is our next meeting now?
I don't have a calendar in front of me.
21st?
But it's the third Thursday. Is that the third
21st.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, New Year's on a Thursday?
New Year's Day is on a Friday.
Friday. That's it. All right. Anything else?
Sir.
I will entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Daniel,
I'll second it.
you should make the motion.
Oh, I will make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you all. Have a happy Christmas/New Year, and thanks for all the hard work.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All right.
Michelle.
Yes. Be
Take care.
safe, guys.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.